Good day, ladies and gentlemen. In this particular video, you are going to be learning the nature of price action, okay? The nature behind price movement. So you understand how price moves. Understanding the nature and the movement of price is going to help you predict where price could possibly be going to next, okay? Which is a very important feature, okay? So you need to be able to predict or have an idea of where price could possibly be going to. So the thing is, price makes one of two movements each time. It's either it's moving into internal liquidity, okay? It's either price is moving into internal liquidity or it's moving into external liquidity, okay? So it's either going to take internal liquidity or it's going to clear external liquidity. So it's one of these two most of the time, okay? So if you understand these two things, you have a better understanding of how price movement actually works, okay? So a few examples are gonna make it clear to you. And when you're talking about external liquidity, we are talking about highs and lows, okay? We are talking about highs and lows, all right? This is for external, EXT, okay? External liquidity has to do with highs and lows. So each time price moves to take an high, what it is doing is it's actually clearing external liquidity, okay? You can also call it external range liquidity. It all depends. It's still the same thing, okay? So while internal liquidity, INC, internal liquidity has to do with FVG, fair value gaps, and other blocks, okay? So fair value gaps and other blocks, represent internal liquidity, okay? So basically, what happens is once external liquidity has been taken, the next thing price would want to do is to come in and take internal liquidity. All right. So most times that's one of the reasons why when price breaks an high, you will notice that there will be a retracement before it goes to break another high. That retracement is due to the fact that price is coming in to tap into internal liquidity. Most times it could be a fair value gap, like I said, or other block. Once it takes that internal liquidity, the next thing it would want to do is to clear the new high. That's if you are in an uptrend. If you are in a downtrend, the reverse is the case. So I'm going to give you a few examples to make it clear. Now, we can see price pushing in the upward direction. Look at this. So price pushed in the upward direction, leaving behind an FVG. I've already marked the FVG, so you can just see it clearly. This is an FVG. So it pushed in the upward direction, leaving behind an FVG, and you would notice that it created an eye. Let me copy an horizontal line to depict my eye. So it's created an eye right there. Then it started retracing. So right now, it is moving towards internal liquidity, which is your fair value gap region, okay? So once it took the internal liquidity, the next thing it would want to do is to take external liquidity, which is this high. So price is going to push up and clear the high. Hope it's clear. So you can see the way that high got taken out, okay? So as price has cleared the high, it has created a new external liquidity at that high. Then it started retracing towards what? Towards internal liquidity. And if you look very well, you will see that we have a fair value gap right here, okay? So now that you see this fair value gap that price has right here, it's pulled back into the fair value gap and did what? It pushed up to clear this high. So the idea is once you see price coming into the fair value gap like this, and it starts giving you reaction in the upward direction, you can actually, tag along. Since you have an idea that this high is the next position price wants to clear, you can set your TP at that high and you can see what happened. Price smashed the high, okay? So now it's going to create a new high, which is this high right here. Now that it has created a new high, the next thing it would want to do is to come into internal liquidity. And if you look well also, you would notice that you actually have a fair value gap right here. So the cycle keeps going round and round and round until at the end of the day, the trend stops. So the only time this is going to stop is when the trend is about to reverse. If the trend is going to continue, you keep having that internal liquidity to external liquidity cycle. It's going to keep repeating itself like that. And you can see this high was created, price came back to take internal liquidity. In this case is a fair value gap. There's also an order block right there. So it takes the internal liquidity. The next place is going to is to clear the high, which is external liquidity. I believe you now have an idea of how this actually works. The only time it's going to fail is when price is about to turn around from a particular trend to the next trend, meaning if it's an uptrend, it's going to turn into a down trend. So that's the only time it's going to fail. And as you can see, a new high was created right here. Price pulled back into this order block, pushed up to break the high, pulled back again, then pushed up. So if you just keep moving from internal liquidity to external liquidity. Alright, so if you got any value from this video, please subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell. I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.